on, guys? My name is Brandon. Welcome to Audio Addiction. We have Ursus with us, and he can say his name and what he does in the band.
My name's James, and I play guitar in Ursus.
Awesome. So my first question is, how did you get started with Ursus? How did you get your members? How did you guys form, pretty much?
So I would have been, let's think, about probably 15 at the time, and I just met our drummer Aaron over Facebook just through a mutual friend, and we got together with our original second guitarist. I mean, just like you do, we just started jamming, and we were playing together in his garage for probably the best part of 2 years, just, looking for other members to play with, kind of that kind of thing. And then once we found a bassist and a singer, we kicked off the band properly, like launched ourselves in 2015, because we had a kind of backlog of music, because obviously when you've been jamming for that long, you build up some songs. So yeah, we completely recorded our own EP in 2015 and released that, and kind of went from there. And we had a lot of lineup changes, over those 2 years. And the lineup we've got now is a complete fresh start for us. Which is why you won't find any of our old music online, for the same reason that we've changed all the socials, deleted all the old stuff. This is basically our new start. We've got a new vocalist, a new lineup. It's me, Aaron on drums, and Ryan on bass. They're the three original members left, and this is our sort of new beginning, we call it.
Do you think that I know that you said you did stuff previous, and did you change sonically as well in terms of like the different style of music even prior to that, or was it more or less like just because of the lineup changes and the different people coming in and out that you felt like it was kind of like a new beginning in that sense?
A bit of both, yeah. Because of the way that we write, the sort of stylistically, it changes depending on how we change as we grow up. So when we wrote our first EP, it was very generic gent kind of thing.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I was listening to nothing but Periphery at the time, so it was. So we got that kind of thing, and now I just think, now I'm personally a much better songwriter, and I have a whole group of people with me that are all much better songwriters. So it's just sort of developing on from there and finding your own style. Because originally when you're a teenager, you just blast out anything that you're listening to, but now we've sort of got our own style, I think.
That's cool. And there's definitely. And I was able to check out one of the tracks before we hopped on to do an interview, and I thought that this definitely has sort of those gent vibes, but maybe not as in your face and as, I guess, as aggressive as you were saying before, where you're kind of more into like Periphery and things of that nature. This one feels a little bit more, I wouldn't say relaxed, but it definitely has more of a different vibe to it in comparison to what you were talking about in terms of like previous material. So that's always cool. I always like hearing that sort of change and difference in like how bands start out initially and then how they kind of progress over time. I think that is what makes the music even better over time, at least in my opinion. So but my next question, James, since you're from the UK, what are some favorite venues you'd like to go catch a show at?
Venues, Brixton. I've always loved Brixton. That's amazing. I was really lucky. I got to see the Architects. Their big headline show, which is obviously it's the most emotional thing I've ever been to. The weirdest sound is when Dan was doing his speech in the encore, and you've got 5,000 people in a room just silent, and it was eerie. And then everyone's crying for Gone with the Wind. Like, it was absolutely mad. But we're lucky here in London. Because I'm based in London at the moment, and we've got loads of smaller venues that are great, like especially in Camden, you've got the Black Heart, which is like a tiny 100 cap venue, but it's always nuts up there. Probably kicks off. Especially saw Loathe have just come over to you guys for the first time.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Played in there. It was mental. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I just saw them last week with Wage War. It was
that massive lineup. Yeah,
it was killer. Like I've been a fan of Loathe for a while. And it was just cool to like see them play, because I loved the Cold Sun, their newest release. So it was really cool to just actually see them play. And I love seeing UK bands because I feel like they're always like fresh. They always got something, like they're always ahead of the curve. And I've said it in like multiple interviews, is that like for me, when I listen to like new artists and stuff, I always try to find like UK bands because they always have like that new sound. They got something going on that like I feel like American bands need to kind of like pick up on. So definitely
awesome.
Definitely sick. But my next question, James, what are some of your musical influences?
For me personally, a big one, which I think people hear a lot in the music, is structures.
Yeah,
A
absolutely.
massive, especially second album structures. That was for me because I mean the first album's awesome, but second album structures, I feel like I've never heard someone scream like so emotionally. Like every single word just sounds angry. Like, I would say the way I think of it is like people always compare him to Sam Carter, and I've always thought like Sam Carter's quite an emotional vocalist,
Oh,
but
absolutely.
Sam Carter kind of sounds like someone's kicking him, whereas the Structures vocalist sounds like he's kicking someone else. Like you get so much anger across in his voice. I think it's great. But then Trivium as well. Trivium's the band that basically started my love of metal, so I'm always going to say Trivium whenever I get asked that question.
Awesome, awesome. My next question, James, kind of a follow up to influences. What have been some bands that you've been jamming more recently?
Oh, Loathe, obviously. Loathe, absolutely smashing it at the moment. Holding Absence as well. Just Sharp Tone are absolutely on it at the moment. I don't know where they came from, but the new Amura album's the best thing they've ever done. Loathe are great. Holding Absence, all their singles. And there's a band here in the UK who we were lucky enough to play with called Parting Gift.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah,
I love those
they've
guys.
released a few singles and they're really awesome.
It was funny because I was chatting with Zach, their vocalist from Parting Gift, and he was telling me that he he used to be the vocalist for Holding Absence, and then so they got somebody else that's new,
Yeah,
and so he's starting the whole thing over again. But Parting Gift's great, Holding Absence is amazing. Yeah, all his Sharp Tone is like
yeah.
ridiculous.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that those two bands were like sharing. I knew they were friends with each other, but I didn't realize they was the old
Yeah,
vocalist.
I think Zach, if I'm not mistaken, I think Zach used to be the old vocalist for Holding Absence, and then he wanted
Oh,
to kind of
awesome.
go in a different musical direction, so that's why he started
Yeah.
Parting Gift, and then Holding Absence
Okay.
went the same direction that they went. So I don't know if they have bad blood, but that's I
No,
think
I
that
don't
I
know
think.
because that's how we heard about it because we knew we'd met Lucas before who joined Holding Absence, so that's how we got all the sit.
Awesome.
We saw that basically.
And then While She Sleeps, another great UK band.
Yeah.
They're insane. And just Sharpton's killer. I definitely agree with you in the sense that they
Yeah.
came out of nowhere, but they have like some of the best bands on their roster. So like it's insane. But next question, James, a fun question. If you guys could pick a song to cover, what song would it be?
Oh Jesus. Oh, we said before, "Carry On My Wayward Son." I'd love to hear a heavy version of that.
That
That's just like a masterpiece, isn't it?
it is a masterpiece, absolutely. And that would be interesting to see how you guys
Yeah.
would
I don't
kind
know
of
how
switch
we
it
do
up.
that.
You
I have
can.
no idea.
I
Yeah.
believe in you guys to do a bang on cover.
Yeah.
So
On a more serious note, there's one band that we've always wanted to. There's a band called Digital Daggers,
okay,
and
okay.
that's like it's like a super chilled electronic duo, and it's kind of poppy, but it's really dark. So I reckon you could do an awesome cover. Do you know that kind of poppy dark stuff
Yeah,
goes
yeah.
really nicely into like. There's loads of great metal covers of like Eleanor Rigby by the Beatles and stuff.
I could definitely see that happening too.
Yeah.
But carry on.
Carry On My
I
Wayward
feel
Son.
like we
Yeah.
need. I feel like that needs to happen if it hasn't already. You guys definitely need to do it. So, but next question, James. Another fun one. Hitting you with the fun questions. Favorite food to eat?
I love smoked salmon pasta. It's so easy. I have it all the time. It's literally pasta, smoked salmon, capers and cream. It's like the ultimate student meal, except for most students don't buy salmon, but it's great.
Awesome, awesome. Next question. If you could pick somebody to collaborate with, who would it be?
Oh, Jesus. Are we talking like musically or just sort of like to work with?
Why don't you do musically and one person you'd like to
Okay,
work
okay.
with?
Musically, I think I'm gonna have to stick with Loathe. I'd love to hear like that kind of like the tone, their kind of instrument setup, playing our kind of stuff, or the other way around. Although I guess Loathe with normal guitars is just sort of the first EP. But I'd love to hear how those mix. And then in terms of someone to play with, I reckon Will Putney would be great
Ooh,
to
okay.
work with
Yeah,
because he's nothing but gold has come out of him in the last few years,
he's
especially that end.
oh, absolutely. That record's crazy.
Unbelievable.
It's so good. And the Counterparts record, I know that he does both Counterparts and he does End, but I don't know. Like I've seen debates on like my Facebook pages like which is better, like the Counterparts new record or End's new record, and
I know.
I'm like they're both great and they're both amazing. I just don't know which one I would pick cuz they're both like I wouldn't say different because they're kind of similar, but they like
You get the vibe, yeah.
you get the vibe. So it's I don't know. That's tough. I don't know. What do you have any opinions
I
on
think
that?
yeah, because End has the structures drummer, so I'm 100% End.
True, true,
Anything
true.
with the structures drummer.
All
Oh,
right.
that's someone I'd like to work with, the structures drummer.
That'd be sick. I really want them to come back. I hope they come back.
Yeah, they
Fingers
said
crossed.
hiatus, which was a mistake because now we're just here
Now we're just
waiting.
waiting. Yeah.
Yeah,
So now everybody just has to know that Structures needs to come back. So go go at them on Twitter or like
yeah.
Facebook or something. But next question, James. If you could play another musical instrument besides the guitar or any one that you know how to play, what would it be?
I used to play the saxophone when I was a kid, but I've always wanted to sing. I'd always love to not scream, just be able to sing, because I think that always adds so much to music. Like I mean, all the bands I've told you that I love are all have some sort of clean vocals in them at some point. So I'd love to be able to. Also, it means you can do so much more if you can sing, because you can
That's
write
true.
your own tunes, and it opens up whole new genres that you can't really do if you're just a guitarist. I don't think.
That's true. That's definitely true, and I like that. I like that viewpoint because a lot of people say vocals because they want to just do all that like crazy shit. But I think you're very thought out in how you chose to think about
Yeah,
it. So
cheers.
I like that. I like that. Next question, James. I always ask this question because I'm a video game lover. But if you could be a video game character, who would you be?
Ezio, Assassin's Creed 2, 100%. I've never played a better game than Assassin's Creed 2, so I'm 100% gonna say Ezio. He's
Awesome.
suave. He's like a badass as well.
Very true.
Definitely.
Very true. I like that answer. Big Assassin's Creed fan too, so definitely appreciate that answer. But next question, in your opinion, who puts on a great live show?
I'm gonna have to try and think of something where I don't say low for the fourth time. Oh, Architects, obviously, that was one that was unbelievable. And Partway Drive, when they came over, I probably hadn't listened to them in about 2 years. Honestly, I hadn't even like listened to put on a song, and I saw them live, and it was still one of the best shows I've ever seen, just because they're absolutely nuts.
I'm
So
hoping that
definitely
I'm
Partway.
hoping that they do because I know they did it. They're doing it in Australia. I don't know if it's this month or next year, but they're doing Horizons in its entirety because
Oh,
it's 10 year.
that's got to come over here.
So I'm like, it's got to be a world tour. Like they announced that Australia, US is probably next, and then they'll do like UK, Europe, all that stuff throughout.
Yeah,
Next
it
year.
would be cruel not to at this point.
I feel like they would get so much backlash if that did not happen. So
Yeah,
Parkway, I know you'll do it, but I'm just saying, just do
we're
it.
just getting shout outs on Twitter now. Everyone.
Next
First
question.
structures.
There
Then
we
gotta
go. Just do.
Partway.
We'll just tag Structures Parkway. We got it. Like tour with you guys. But next question. Speaking about tours, if you could compile a dream tour, who'd be on it?
Dream tour. Number one is gonna have to be. I reckon Architects headline. I mean, they're a UK band. I have big love for Architects. And then also that means you could have Structures support because that kind of fits. I don't know if that counts, but
That's
in
fine.
my
I
dream,
love
in
it.
my dream, they come back for a
It's all
tour.
right. That's the point of a dream tour. You know.
Yeah, and then I'd love to see Die Art as Murder on that as well. If we're going three band bill, I'd love to. I don't know who. I mean, just Structures would open, but I'd love to see Die Art as Murder again because I've only seen them when they didn't have CJ in the band.
Really? Do you know
Yeah.
who did they have during that time? Did they just
I
have
think
somebody like?
no, it was the singer from I think it's called like Molotov Solution. Apologies if
Oh,
I've got that
okay.
wrong to anyone
Okay.
who's a fan, but I think it's called Molotov Solution. But he was great. But I mean, CJ is
Yeah.
CJ.
CJ's great too.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously you want him to be with the band because you know he's Die Artist Murder. Every time you
Yeah.
say Die Artist Murder, you know CJ. So,
Brother Wolf CJ.
but my next question, James, favorite TV show, favorite movie.
Oh, favorite TV show. See, my problem is I'm a 13-year-old girl on the inside. So my favorite TV show is still One Tree Hill because I am a teenage girl.
Interesting, okay.
Yeah, which doesn't go at all with the music,
It's okay though.
but I feel like I can admit that safely. Favorite film? I'm not a massive film guy. I think it's usually just whatever I've seen sort of last that I really enjoyed.
Okay.
So I went. What was the last thing I went to? I loved. Me and my little brother always go to like the midnight premieres of like Marvel movies and stuff like that. So we saw the new. What's the
Thor.
one that just got Thor? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one. And that was great. I enjoyed that.
It was
But-
much funnier than I expected it to be.
Yeah, they've gone really Guardians of the Galaxy kind of way, like just like straight up comedy. Maybe they're trying to distance themselves from the DC films, I think, maybe.
Probably. I haven't seen Justice League either, but a lot of my friends say go check that one out because a lot of my friends also love that sort of like nerdy Marvel
Yeah.
DC sort of stuff.
I love the Justice League, although that new Superman series, but a lot of people over here, I don't know about over there, but a lot of people over here don't seem to like it that much.
I'll have to take a look because I know it's been out for a little bit, so I'll have
Yeah.
to see if it's either like on demand or like some shit where I can watch it.
Yeah.
But my next
Definitely
question,
not illegally downloaded.
not illegally downloaded, totally not promoting that whatsoever. But anyway, next question, James. If you could only listen to one album for a month straight, what album would it be?
See, first, I was thinking first, I was going to say Live Through a Window, but that's only like 40 minutes long, so I think that would get. So I'm going to say the newest Periphery album, Select Difficulty,
Ooh,
because
okay.
you get the full hour, and there's a big span of music in it. Do you know what I mean? Like it starts off like that, some of the heaviest songs I've ever done, and finishes with what's basically a pop song and like a 7-minute ballad. So like something like that would keep me going, I think, for a month.
I like that. I like that you were thinking about it in terms of like I'm gonna be listening to this for a month and I do not want to
Yeah.
get sick of it. So
I am also completely in love with Spencer Sotelo, so that.
I mean, aren't we all? Like that's
Yeah,
that's the
just a little
real-
bit.
I mean, I haven't found somebody who hasn't liked him, so I mean,
No.
I don't know. But anyway, lastly, James, tell them about Ursus, where they can find you at on social media, and anything coming up in the next couple months.
Yeah, so Ursus is on Facebook. We've got Instagram as well. The best place to go for us now is we've just launched our new website called weareursus.com. It's got links to all our socials. It's got our newest music video, Hallowed Shakes, on it on the homepage, and that's basically the best place. And that's going to be updated regularly. It's quite new, so we're still sort of checking it. We've got the first bit out, and if everyone messages us and says this doesn't work, this isn't great, we can change it quite easily. But yeah, that's the best place. Go to weareursus.com. There's a bio there as well. You can find out everything you'd ever need to know.
There you go. Well, go check out Ursus. I checked out the single. I'm pretty sure it was this music video.
Hallowed Shakes. Yeah,
Hallowed
yeah.
Shakes. It's insane. Go give it a listen. I think it's
Yes.
really good. I'm definitely getting those structures, sorts of vibes. So I feel like if you like that band, you'll definitely dig this track. Links will be in the description to go check out their band page, all their social media, YouTube channel. Go give them a subscribe on YouTube as well. And thanks to James for coming on, doing this. And if you like this interview, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to hit that thumbs up. And whenever they have an album coming out, I'll probably review it. So definitely take a look
Cheers.
back with that. And again, thanks, James, for coming on. Go
No
check
worries
out
at all. Thanks
Ursus.
for having me. Cheers.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Of course, if you enjoy what we do, make sure to go check out the other series we do. We do album reviews, we do band interviews, and we do live videos, so definitely go check that out. Hit that subscribe button. It really helps our channel, helps us grow. Make sure to hit that like button as well. Go follow us on social media. That's all down below. We try to keep that as updated as possible. We also made a new website where we'll be posting photos of upcoming concerts and stuff like that, which you can go check out at audioaddictionmedia.com and come get your fix with us, guys. Talk to you later. Deuces.